Oh, I guess I could take this off. Okay. So this is a Anthony's Carson, DWLS. It's my case. And what is it? What did I set as the bond? $500 bond. She failed to appear on 5/17/21 for arraignment. Okay. And this is case number 20S0019088A, City of Southfield. And this one is State of Michigan 21S00307SM. This is, I guess you could give me the file back, right? You just only want the top part, right? Retail fraud, second degree. Next date for pre-trial 12/17, 9:45 a.m. on Zoom, I guess. Judge Nance. She sat behind it previously. Who's usually here for pre-trial service?
It's going to be a Megan Hill today. Or no, I'm sorry, pre-trial services is Stacy Dutcher.
It's still Mr. Dutcher. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, as good as I'm going to be, considering. Who's going to be first? Carson?
Yes. Hi, how you doing, Judge?
Hi, good morning. Good afternoon, ma'am. Are you Miss Carson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Let's call this then. Okay, so this is case number 20SO01908A. OT, People of the City of Southfield versus Antoinese Carson.
Hey, thank you, Your Honor. Megan Hill appearing on behalf of the defendant, Ms. Carson, for the purposes of arraignment only, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, and good afternoon, Ms. Hill and Ms. Carson. Please tell us your name.
Anthony Marshina Carson.
And Ms. Carson, could you please state your current address?
4675 Norfolk Drive, Norville, Michigan, zip code 48167.
All right, and could you give us your current telephone number?
My current telephone is 313-465-2771.
And do you have an email address as well?
Yes, I do. CarsonAnthony's1@gmail.com.
All right, thank you. Did you get that? Okay. All right, and Ms. Carson, you are here today. Apparently, this is the underlying case is a driving while license suspended charge, and the maximum penalty on a driving while license suspended is 93 days in jail. $500 is the maximum fine. This charge does carry driver's license sanctions in the form of points, possible suspension of the license, and possible vehicle immobilization. So you do understand the charge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and if currently you do have the right to have a trial in this matter, and you have the right to have a lawyer to represent you at all stages of the proceedings. And if you're unable to hire a lawyer, then if you're eligible, the court would appoint a lawyer for you for the full proceedings, and that would be at public expense. That is, of course, reimbursable. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and Ms. Hill,
Yes, Your Honor.
On behalf of, what kind of a plea would your client like to enter at this point?
Your Honor, I'm asking that the bench warrant be recalled and set aside. And then my understanding is that this needs to be set for a pretrial. That's
Yes,
the
apparently.
state.
We'll go ahead. Apparently, she didn't appear for arraignment, so I'll go ahead and give her a not
Excellent.
guilty plea, and we will set aside the warrant too in this.
Thank you.
manner.
I didn't realize that she hadn't been through the arraignment process either. So yes, I'd ask that you stand my client mute, waive formal reading, and enter not guilty plea and set this for pretrial, please.
Okay, and that's going to be what we will do. We will schedule this matter for a pretrial. The pretrial is going to be before me. And what's the date on that one?
January 3rd at 10 a.m.
January 3rd, 2022 at 10 o'clock a.m. And this will be on Zoom. And as far as the bond is concerned, I set the bond. It was a $500 cash or surety bond at the time for failure to appear. Mr. Dutcher, did you have anything that you wanted to add with respect to pretrial services on the bond?
Thank you, Your Honor. Stacey Dutcher, pretrial services. Because it's a driving while license suspended, I don't write reports on those matters, so no, I don't.
Okay, all right. So anything you wish to say, Ms. Hill?
Your Honor, just that based on the limited information I have about Ms. Carson's criminal history, it doesn't sound like there's anything violent or anything of that nature. It sounds like she's caught in a bad circle of some not being able to clear up some driving matters. She has a lot on her plate. She has 2 small children at home that she's taking care of. She lives with her grandfather. She does have a stable residence that she can report to. She really, really badly wants to clear all this up and move forward. So I would ask that Your Honor reinstate that bond, as I think that's what's appropriate.
Well, there was no bond in the first place to reinstate, so I can change it from $500.
Oh, I thought that she had posted.
She never got through arraignment from what I see.
Oh, okay. All right, Your Honor.
She might have put, let me see. Yeah, it looks like she might have lost $150. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me ask her, why didn't you appear, ma'am?
Just being irresponsible, running from my responsibilities, ma'am. And it's just like, this just taught me a big lesson. I didn't take it as serious as I should, but now being in here first experience, being locked up, I think I take it as very serious now, ma'am.
All right, you got to take anything in a court, you must take seriously. And these are misdemeanor charges, even though they're driving offenses, and they're pretty serious because they can get you locked up, as you see. And you're in the holiday season and your children at home wondering where you are, and look where you are. So if I'm not going to reinstate the bond because you missed it, but I will give you a lower bond. I'll give you a chance to post $150 more. Can someone post $150 for you?
Yes, they can.
All right, so when you post that, you'll be able to get out. And make sure you come to that court date. It will be on Zoom. So you don't have to walk in, but it's going to be January 3rd, 2022 at 10 o'clock a.m. So you must make sure that you understand how to use Zoom and be on the call for that date and time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right,
Thank you so
bond is
much.
now set. It's $150 cash or surety. Okay. Oh,
Thank you so
no,
much.
the only condition to your bond is no driving, please.
No driving. No more driving.
All right. You're all set then.
Thank you.
I wasn't. That's fine. No, 150 is good for her. Okay, ma'am, you can go knock on that door and they'll let you out and they'll bring the next person in.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you.
Another one behind that 150. One said 150. I didn't go too much behind it.
No, it's 350.
Okay,
That's
that's right. She could forfeit.
Your Honor?
150. I'm good. Yes, ma'am.
The only other item I have on my list for this court for today is Devin Johnson. Is that what your file indicates?
That's what we have.
Okay. I did not get an opportunity I did speak with Ms. Carson this morning from the jail, but I did not speak to Mr. Johnson. If I could have a very brief moment in the breakout room with him.
Yeah, we'll give you a breakout. That's
Thank
fine.
you.
Let's get his information on the record first, and then we'll give you a breakout, okay? All right, so this is case number 21S00307SM. This is People of the State of Michigan versus Devin Johnson.
Megan Hill appearing on behalf of the defendant for the purposes of arraignment only, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Johnson, please tell us your name.
Devin Johnson.
And Mr. Johnson, can you give us your current address?
Yes, ma'am. 1071 Rochester Road, Troy, Michigan, apartment 5, 48083.
Okay. You got that one. All right, and what is your current telephone number, sir?
248-250-3687.
Okay, and do you have an email address?
I do. I have to provide you with it when you're ready.
Yes, we're ready.
Devin, DEVIN, Johnson, JOHNSON, 211 at iCloud.com.
All right, thank you, Mr. Johnson. And you are here for arraignment. This is on a retail fraud 2nd degree. And the maximum penalty on this charge is up to 1 year in the county jail, $2,000 fine, or 3 times the value of the difference in the property that is stolen or attempted to be stolen, whichever is greater. So do you understand the charge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because you have not had an opportunity to confer with
Your Honor,
the
may I-
arraignment attorney.
I apologize. I apologize, Your Honor. I misspoke. I did actually meet with Mr. Johnson. And I'm
Oh,
ready to
okay.
proceed. I apologize.
So you did speak with your lawyer then, Mr. Johnson?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. All right, so would you like me to read the formal?
No, Your Honor,
charges,
we will waive the formal reading. I'll stand my client mute. I ask that you enter a not guilty plea on his behalf and set this for pretrial.
All right, so Mr. Johnson, we're going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf and advise you that you certainly do have a right to have a trial on this charge by judge or by jury. You have a right to have a lawyer to represent you throughout the full process of these proceedings. And if you could not afford a lawyer and you're eligible, the court would appoint a lawyer at public expense, which is reimbursable. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the next stage of these proceedings is we're going to set this matter for a pretrial. The pretrial date is going to be December 15th, 2021 at 9:45 a.m. The pretrial will be on Zoom. And the judge is Judge Deborah Nance, N-A-N-C-E. All right, and as to bond on this, Mr. Dutcher, do you have some information?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Your Honor. Stacey Dutcher, Pretrial Services, and you can hear me okay?
Yes.
And actually, this was written by a coworker of mine. He did a full interview. She did not get a hold of any references. He's indicated he's 28, single man, no children, resided at that address he gave you, 1071 Rochester Road, apartment 5, Troy, Michigan, 48083. Lives there with his partner for the past 5 years. Prior to that, he lived in Roseville with his mother for about 6 or 7 years. That he's been unemployed for approximately 2 years. Did report the prior use of alcohol, marijuana, crack cocaine, and heroin, that he has been in treatment back in 2020. He did report mental and physical health issues. We gave you a complete copy of his criminal history. And he does have approximately 28 prior misdemeanor or felony convictions on his record. Let's see, the warrant matters on him. He has a bench warrant for retail fraud second out of 41A District Court, Macomb County. He's got a driving license suspended warrant out of Hazel Park. He has a violation of probation warrant out of 52-4. He has our bench warrant you're renting him on right now. Bench warrant out of Madison Heights for retail fraud second. A bench warrant on a Sixth Circuit court matter, a larceny 1,000 to 20,000. He also has a VOP warrant out of 52-4 for a retail fraud second. And it does show on this report that he has a warrant out of, it looks like it's out of state, a violation of probation warrant on a forgery matter. He was put onto my risk assessment. To let you know, Your Honor, he also has at least 2 felony convictions on his record within the past 5 years. Falls under MCL Code 765.6A, indicating a monetary amount must be recommended on this matter. For those reasons, pretrial service would respectfully recommend the defendant not be released on his own recognizance. I'm also going to ask for some conditions, even though they don't show up on the report. A condition of do not use any alcohol or controlled substances. No contact was seen of the alleged incident, which I show as Sam's Club located at 22500 West 8 Mile Road, Southfield, Michigan 48033. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Hill, anything you wish to state?
Your Honor, there, based on the conversations I've had with the defendant, there's really no additional information that I'm able to provide that pretrial services has not already provided.
All right, well, to retail fraud, second degree, but the defendant apparently has a significant history of bench warrants for failing to appear, as well as he has significant criminal history record from what was just read into the record. Looks like he doesn't appear on things like other retail fraud cases and larceny cases, and he hasn't appeared on some driving related cases as well. And he's got a retail fraud second degree out of Madison Heights. It has a 10% bond on it. So the court certainly doesn't believe that this is the kind of case for a personal bond. I will give him a cash or surety bond, and I'm going to make it a $2,500 cash or surety, 10%. No 10%, excuse me.
Oh,
I'll find out. And so, Mr. Johnson, would you like a lawyer to represent you?
yes, ma'am, but I also would like to speak now if possible.
Would you like him to speak, Ms. Hill?
As we discussed, if you have anything substantive, meaning about the facts of this case, I'm asking you not to. If you have any procedural questions, the court, that's up to the court whether they'll entertain them or not and discuss them. But if it's anything regarding the underlying offense, my recommendation is that you not say anything and that you wait to speak to your attorney who will be assigned on this case.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with the facts of this case, I believe.
Okay, well, what is it, sir, then?
It's in regards to the bond. I've went to court in the past 2 hours with every last case that has been brought up, and every last judge has been on the same accordance of trying to get me into treatment because I really freaking need it. I really need it. And it's all been based on this seeing you and seeing my Macomb judge tomorrow, if that's going to be possible. My mom's calling left and right to access, trying to see if they can get me a bed. And if not, they told me I can go into common ground and sit there for a night to get me into rehab. But the bond is what's the problem, because we don't have that much money, but we got all the fight in us. My family got all the fight in them to try to help get me some rehabilitation services.
Where is it that you're trying to attend treatment, sir?
Well, I called Access last week, and they had a bed ready for me at East Point in Southfield. I called again because I missed that appointment, and she told me I could just go to Common Ground next door to the jail, I believe. It's over here in the jail park.
This is what I'd be willing to do, sir. First of all, I am going to put some conditions on this bond of $2,500. It's no 10%. It's going to be some pretrial services supervision with you. I will adapt what Mr. Dutcher suggested, which is no contact with the Sam's Club at 22500 West 8 Mile Road in Southfield, Michigan, and no alcohol, no unprescribed drugs. I will also check the box that says participate in drug assessment and follow recommended treatment. And so if in fact you are in a verifiable treatment program, and it has to be verifiable in writing to the jail, then your bond can change to $2,500 personal in this case upon verification of your actual admission.
I'm so
into
sorry,
a
I can't
program.
hear you. I can't hear you. There's
Okay.
a call coming in on this thing.
Okay. Well, your bond will change to $2,500 personal if you can verify in writing that you have a bed waiting for you, and it'll change upon your release to be released into that program. Once you complete that program, your bond is going to revert back to $2,500 cash or surety. You understand that?
Okay, and who do they send that to?
Now, you will have to present that information to the jail that you are in a treatment program, that they have a bed ready, and then they will release you on a personal bond once that has happened.
Oh,
To go
okay,
into treatment only.
okay,
And
okay.
it
So my
reverts
family
back
mail
once
me
you're
the
done with the
paperwork.
treatment.
Oh, and the jail will just do that?
Yes, sir. They will let you out. And then once, if you are released from an inpatient program, you are to go back to the jail because your bond reverts back upon completion of that program.
Okay,
And it has to be an inpatient program.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's gonna complete this matter. Your next court date again. Oh yeah, sorry, didn't get your lawyer either. All right, so are you
I'm so
working at
sorry.
all?
This is ridiculous. I cannot hear anything.
You can't hear us? Yeah, you might get some help, yeah.
No, it keeps ringing and I can't. I can't hear no. Thank you. I'm sorry about that.
Can you hear me at all?
Now I can, yes.
All right, are you working at all?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any money saved in savings account, checking account, anything?
Honestly, ma'am, no, I do not.
Okay, and do you have any other source of income, stocks, bonds,
Besides
inheritance, anything
the
like
help
that?
of my
All right,
parents.
we'll get your court appointed attorney who will be present at the next court date, which is
Okay.
again December 15th, 9:45 a.m. on Zoom.
Okay.
Judge Deborah Nance.
Okay. And
Okay,
for
now we're done.
clarification, and for
Okay.
clarification, my family just needs to bring up documentation stating that I have a bed, show it to the jail office, and then they will let
And
me go to the rehab.
yes,
Even though my bond is not a personal bond with you.
your bond will change to personal, sir.
Oh, once
Once
they
they
see
have that notice, we will change it to personal. And as soon as you're completed the program, your bond will change back. And you need to report back to the Oakland County Jail. So you're never going home unless you can post the bond.
Right, right.
Okay?
Okay, okay, thank you.
All right. You're all set.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I believe that concludes my time with you. Is that what you show on your end?
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mhm. So they don't have the other placard up there that has the scan thing on it?
I don't know. I mean, we did what we were supposed to do, and I thought once the next round came through, it was automatically supposed to